Good.
April 21st. John Harrison, and I was sitting in today for School to So, no emergency exits. We left the flags. All right, excellent. Do we have any public comment at this time?
No, we do not.
All right. We're going to go into executive session. We'll be back. Okay, it's 7:25, and I move to bring the board out of executive session. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Just wanted to clarify that the reason we went into executive session was to discuss financial matters, so that is clear there. All right, we need to do some approving of minutes. So the February 2025 minutes. Jennifer, did you want to make a motion?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I move that the board approve the minutes of the March 17th, 2025 regular meeting as drafted. Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian?
Aye. Good.
Discussion.
All in favor?
I have a discussion. Do we have
Oh, sorry.
discussion? Okay. All in favor? Very
Aye.
good. Okay, excellent. Finance, George, did you want to talk
Sure.
about finance?
All right, so the March 2025 monthly treasurer's report received from Rocky Smith. Jen looked it over, I looked it over as well. There is nothing remarkable of note, other than one thing. Jen and I had a brief conversation. I spoke with Jen about the lack of signatures and approval for some of the payments. And Jen said that she and Amy discussed the details with Naraki Smith, some things that need to be tightened up to avoid the missing documentation or signatures. There was nothing untoward. It was really the formality of what needed to be done. Am I stating that correctly?
Yep, absolutely.
Right.
And just to add on to that,
Mhm.
Amy had a call with Layla from Naraki Smith just to say exactly what do you want to see on these transactions. So I believe now we're on the up and up with that. So we should be good to go for the next time.
Mhm. And so, bear with me one second. I would like to move that the board approve the March 2025 Treasury Report prepared by Naraki Smith, including the bills as presented. Would anyone like to second that motion?
Second.
John? Any discussion? Questions? All in favor of approving?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Good. Excellent.
Capital expenses. I move the board approves the $12,000 they paid from the capital fund, the new electrical panel being installed by TriCat Electric. This work has already been approved by the board last year in July. And so I move that we approve the payment. Does anyone wish to second?
I'll second.
Seconded. Discussion, anybody? Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous.
Great.
Okay,
Thank you, George.
you are.
Library director report?
Sure. So the first thing I'd like to discuss is the annual report. I'd like to thank Robin Friedman, our assistant director, who worked really hard on this and got it in on time with very few corrections back from WLS, and it's been fully submitted to the state now. Those reports are included at the end of the board packet if anybody has any questions about them. Otherwise, the board needs to approve the annual report for our records.
John, do you want to make that motion?
I will make a motion that the board approves the annual report. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Is there any discussion? No? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good. Okay.
Thank you for all the work and getting it in on time. I know we
Yeah.
are kind of.
It's a beast. I'd like to acknowledge Marie Nania, our former children's librarian, who we have separated from just because we have not had opportunity to really work with her in the last several months. So we have terminated her position for now. And my next item is there's a proposal from TriCat to update the electrical. This would be for the new outdoor sign that is being funded by the Friends. And
We're going to address that. under
we're going to
building and
address that,
grounds.
yep,
Yeah.
under buildings and grounds. Another item that's on the agenda is our contract with Asa Alloy. They are the company that takes care of our front doors, our automatic doors. They have been very problematic in the last month or two. We've actually spent about $6,000 to have repairs done on the door. And what I'm asking later on in the agenda is that we approve upgrading our contract from a bronze contract, which would be $650 a year, to $2,200 a year, which if we had had that in place already, we would have saved some money. And I think just it's symptomatic of some of the other things going on in the building. Things are aging, and I think this will help us at least get through the short term until we decide what we're doing with a larger building project down the road. And the last thing I wanted to mention was, one of the last things I wanted to mention was that Robin Friedman and I had discussed merging the children's services and teen services into one youth services department. And there are many benefits to doing this. And I'm very pleased that we were both on the same page about this. This will allow us to provide a more holistic approach to children and families because people will get to meet and know the youth services librarians and not just know children's librarians and then be cut off from those folks and go straight to teen services. It'll also provide more opportunities for more programming and more support for the teen librarian. And for those of us who don't know, teen librarians typically work in a silo. So to have the support of the rest of the children's department, now the youth services department, will be huge. And that will take place officially on July 1st. So I'm very grateful to Robin for overseeing this.
Can I just make a couple of points?
Sure.
One is I'd like to thank everyone who's behind opening the library up during AP exam week, which is Monday, May 5th through the 8th, and Monday, May 12th to the 15th. I think this is a huge benefit to a lot of our high schoolers, and I know that this is a real asset to a lot of kids, and I appreciate the efforts that people made to have that. Our next meeting is not going to be until May 19th, and the Friends book sale is actually going to take place May 15th to the 18th. So this is our last opportunity publicly to encourage people. If they have donations,
Yep.
what should they do?
They should come by here anytime between, I believe it's May 12th and 13th.
Okay.
Thank you, Robin.
May 12th.
To drop off donations, and then the first day of the sale will be the 14th, starting at 5 PM, and that will be open to members of the Friends. And then the rest of the weekend will be open to everyone else in the public.
Wonderful.
So thousands and thousands of books.
Yes. Right. So.
And I would like to, sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt.
No, no,
They
please, go
raised
ahead.
over $26,000 last year, which was their best year yet. So
Right.
And volunteers are needed.
volunteers are
welcomed from the
needed
community.
and welcomed. Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Super. Okay. And I want to also just publicly thank the Friends for all this work. This is a enormous undertaking, and I encourage the community to come out and support it. Again, May 15th through the 18th. Okay. Good.
Thanks, John, for
Yeah,
bringing those to
absolutely.
light.
We can move on to standing reports. Finance Committee, George?
Nothing
We
to
already-
add other than the financial report. we just
Yeah, we
discussed.
did that already, right? And the automatic door vendor, do we need to?
Yes, there is,
Yeah.
it's down, it's the second Buildings and Grounds motion.
Right.
I just walked through.
Yeah.
So before getting into the building and grounds motions, I also would like to share, I attended the Big Truck Day, which was amazing. The community support in terms of the vehicles displayed, the enthusiasm of our library employees in attendance, and so many members of the community. Particularly, I'd call out the fire department, but the opportunity for little kids to jump on school buses and the recycling trucks, and people were going up in the cherry picker and riding the fire trucks and the ambulance, as well as the diggers and everything else. Just phenomenal event. I've been before, but just wanted to call that out.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Thank you. And there were over 900 people, if I'm understanding correctly. Yes. Yeah, it was
packed.
huge.
So anyway, sorry.
No, I'm glad. Thank you
I'll
for
move
saying
into less
that.
exciting things. I move that the board approve the estimate of $2,200 to update the electrical power to allow the library to install the new electronic sign that we addressed in our last meeting. That is currently on order and will be installed. Do I have a second?
Second.
George? Any discussion? We hinted at this last time. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous?
Good.
Okay. Secondly, I move that the board, as Jennifer had mentioned, I move that the board approve the change of contract from our automatic door vendor at the front entrance of the building, Asa Abloy, from a bronze contract to the proactive gold contract in the amount of $2,200 to provide a more affordable solution for the aging doors and their accessories and actually save the library money. Do I have a second? Brian? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Aye, unanimous?
Great.
Okay.
We have some personnel issues. Couple of moves here. So one is I move the board approve to hire Sale, that's Sane Negravina.
Not Gerzia. I've known Sunny for years and I still can't pronounce her name correctly, sadly.
Negrazvina,
Yeah.
as a part-time available clerk effective March 10th, 2025. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Discussion? Excellent, okay. That's approved.
All in
Unanimous?
favor?
All in favor, sorry,
Aye.
all in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Good, thank you. Then I move that the board approve the probationary appointment of Jacob Demlaw as a regular part-time librarian as of April 2nd, 2025, at a rate of $32.21 an hour. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, George. Discussion. Real quick question.
Mhm.
Regular part-time, that just simply means that they are moving from available?
Correct. So part-time available is more of a substitute,
Yeah,
and that's just on an as-needed basis, but
Right.
regular part-time would be set hours,
right.
How many total hours a week?
17.
17. And Jacob works primarily in the children's.
He works solely in the children's room, but he
Yeah.
probably will be helping out in
Teens now.
Teen
teens now that
services, yeah.
youth services is merging. Yep,
Fantastic.
all
Excellent.
good.
All good. All right. All in
All in
favor?
Aye.
Beautiful. Super. And then, lastly, I move that the board approve the probationary appointment of Robin Friedman as Assistant Library Director as of March 24th, 2025, at an annual salary of $90,000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All right. Discussion?
Yay, Robin.
Yay.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Right?
We need confetti guns.
Yeah, we sure do. Excellent.
Or
We are
bubbles.
so fortunate to have
Excellent.
Robin
Yes.
Here,
in every
here.
possible way.
Excellent. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Here, here. Aye. Excellent. Okay. Policy and Bylaw Committee. It's me. I don't think we have any policy issues facing us right now. Do we?
No, except
No.
for maybe the
Capital
fund
balance.
balance.
The issue with the capital fund balance.
Mm.
Let me just speak about this. Maybe I will just paraphrase what you and I spoke about. There was a expression of, what would be a good word? Interest on the school district's part that we have clarity around our capital fund balance.
Mhm.
And,
I'm sorry, forgive me. Capital fund balance would be just money that we have earmarked for capital improvements, but our fund balance.
Fund balance, right.
Sorry.
And particularly a policy regarding the reserve and how much
Correct.
we should, and we currently do not have clarity regarding a stated policy as
We
to
don't
how
have a
much.
policy
We don't have a
for that.
policy.
Mhm.
The board has talked about this at a previous meeting, and there was some, I don't know, what's a good word to describe it?
A lot of different thoughts.
There were different thoughts. Yes, there were different thoughts.
Mhm.
And I guess on our to-do list board will be that at an upcoming meeting, we might want to get that nailed down, in part because it was advised to us by the school district that it would be in our best interest to have some clarity. So that's a TBD, yeah.
And Jen, you did
Yeah.
some research into other libraries, right?
Mhm.
Can you share what you
Sure.
found,
I
if
think-
anything?
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place. You know, there are libraries that they keep 20% in reserve. Other libraries keep more. You know, the other factor that weighs into this is that there are 4 different types of public libraries. And because we are a school district library, the idea of our funding going away is really slim. If we were a municipal library where we were just given a bucket of money from a municipality, that would be more of a reason to keep more money saved for an emergency.
Mhm.
So I think all of these things, play into how much a board or a library wants to retain. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And when we say 30% or 40%, we're talking about 30% of our annual
Of our operating
expenses.
budget. So that, so that's 25% would, or 30% would be, $1 million, which is a lot of money.
Which is about where we are.
Correct, correct. I did speak with Josh Caldwell Block about this, and he said that he would be happy to come and meet with this board about a variety of things, and he would be happy to speak about that. So,
I think it's a good idea that within the next couple of months, we get some clarity on this and just have a policy. I think it's
Yeah.
probably
Mhm.
a good thing to do, and we just need to get some more information before we make any decision.
yeah.
Okay. Good. So nothing to vote on there, just a
Mhm.
heads up on
More
something we need
thoughts.
to do. New business, anyone have any new business?
There's just one comment.
Yeah.
I was able to come by for Joan's retirement party
Oh, yeah.
this week. It was really, really nice. She so appreciated it. I think she was very touched by it.
Yeah.
And
Thank
she
you for
got some
doing that,
nice
George.
parting gifts, and there was a beautiful spread layout, and it was just a really nice thing. It was well attended. There were a lot of people who were here.
Super,
It's good.
super. Yeah.
Kudos to everyone who organized that.
Yeah.
Set up and cleaned up. It was a nice event.
She deserved a nice event. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Fantastic. Okay, good. Well, if there's nothing else for us to discuss, I move, our next meeting,
May 19th.
our next meeting is May 19th, which will be the Monday after the Friends sale, right? So that'll be exciting to hear at least early reports as to how that went. Hope they have good weather. Yeah, okay,
Great.
very good.
We've got 8:45.
At
I'm sorry,
7:45.
7:40. Forgive me.
7:45. I move to adjourn the meeting. 7:45. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
All right.
All right, good, excellent. Meeting adjourned. Very
Thanks,
good.
everybody.
Thank you, Amy.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Amy.
Robin.